I'm gonna spend about 7 minutes. I'm gonna try to spend about 7 minutes just jumping into certain topics, right? So this first topic is what happens when you die. So we're gonna go through this and just give you some scripts to look up. You can go back and verify for yourself. If you put the time in and studying, it'll certainly pay off. So just go back and take a look at it. We're gonna jump into these and try to do it real quick and get this done in 7 minutes, all right? So hopefully we can be fruitful in this time. So we're gonna start in Job 14, verse 10. Job 14, verse 10. But man dieth and wasteth away. Yea, man giveth up the ghost, and where is he? That's what we're asking. What happens when you die, right? And Job is going to tell us straight out. As the waters fell from the sea, and the flood decayeth and drieth up, so man lieth down and riseth not. So once you're dead, you're dead. You're not getting up again, walking around as a ghost, not a spirit floating around, nothing like that. Man lieth down and riseth not. So you're not getting back up until the heavens be no more. They shall not wake, nor be raised out of their sleep. So until the heavens, till that sky rolls back, ain't nobody getting up out of that grave. Okay, let's keep going to verse 13. Oh, that thou wouldest hide me in the grave, that thou wouldest keep me secret until thy wrath be past, that thou wouldest appoint me a set time and remember me. So this is Job pleading to God. Just keep me in the grave. I'm going to be in the grave. I'm going to be dead. Just make sure you remember me when you come to wake everybody up. Just remember me at that first resurrection. Verse 14. If a man die, shall he live again? He already said no. All the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change come. Thou shalt call, and I will answer thee. Thou wilt have a desire to the work of thine hands. So we're going to see how he's going to call. So he's going to call. Job's expectation is that he's going to be in the grave. He's going to die. He's going to be in the grave until the heaven rolls back, until Jesus calls him up out of that grave. And he's changed, right? Till my change come. All right. So let's go to Daniel 12:2. About 4 minutes left. 3.5 minutes left. Daniel 12:2. All right. Daniel 12:2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. So, and many of them that sleep where? In the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. So you're in the dirt, in the earth, sleep, and you're not going to wake up. Well, when you wake up, it's either going to be everlasting life or everlasting contempt. It's either going to be everlasting peace or everlasting torment. It's either going to be the kingdom or it's going to be the lake of fire. 1 Thessalonians 4:13, 16 through 17. 1 Thessalonians 4, verse 13. But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. So this knowledge that you have of what happens to people when they die and what happens afterward is supposed to keep you from flipping out or feeling the way some others might feel when they lose a loved one and they think that they're never going to see him again. It's all over. Ain't no hope, right? For if we believe that Jesus died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Jesus will God bring with him. So if you believe Jesus died and rose, then you got to believe that the resurrection applies to everybody. He was just the first. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain until the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. And as we know, as we just read, asleep here is referring to being dead, right? So when Jesus comes back, there's going to be some people who are still alive, who haven't died. And then there's going to be some people who, of course, are already in the grave. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of God. There's that call Job was talking about. And the dead in Christ shall rise first. So there's Job getting up out of that grave after being asleep, getting that call with the voice of the archangel and the trump of God. Okay, and so let's go to 1 Corinthians 15:52. Got 30 seconds. 1 Corinthians 15:32. 15:52, sorry. 15:52. 1 Corinthians 15:52. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump that was sounded by that archangel, for the trump shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. So raised incorruptible, that means there is no more death. And we shall be changed. For this corruptible was put on incorruption, and this mortal was put on immortality. So you're dead once, you're in the grave, Jesus comes, calls, trumpet, you get up, you're changed from being somebody who can die to being somebody who's going to live forever. There is no more death after that. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. All right? So there's one death. You go in the grave one time. Jesus calls, trump sounds, you get up. Those who are in Christ get up. I should specify that. And then you're changed. But everybody else, as we saw, let's go to some. Oh, should leave it like that. But when you get a second, go to 2 Timothy 4:1. And that's going to show you that there are some that are alive at the time of judgment, and there are some that are going to be pulled out of the grave at the time of judgment. You want to be in that first resurrection, not in that second resurrection. Peace. Happy Sabbath. Peace in Jesus' name.